Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, it's time once again for Braille Story Time, where we read stories in both hardcover and electronic Braille books. Today's episode is a continuation, Chapter 2 of Ghost Camp. Alright, ready? Chapter 2. "Let go of me," I cried. I yanked my arms free from the bus driver's grip. I swatted at the fleas, brushing my arms frantically, but the tiny bugs dug deeper into my skin. "Get them off me!" I shrieked. I shook my arms frantically. "Get them off! Get them off! Get them!" Someone grabbed my shoulders, shook it hard. "It's okay, Dustin. You're okay." I opened my eyes. My mother leaned over my bed, shaking my shoulder, shaking me awake. "You were dreaming." I sat up in bed. "It wasn't a dream," I croaked. "It was a nightmare. A horrible nightmare about the camp bus driver. He was covered with fleas." Mom sat down on the bed. "Dustin, you have nightmares about everything." She shook her head. "You have to lighten up. Stop being so timid about everything." "I can't help it," I said. "It's just the way I am." "Well, here's your chance to be different. You're going to a brand new camp with new kids you've never met. Try to be a different, braver person. If you think you're brave, you will be brave," she said, or she declared. "Yeah, sure," I muttered, still picturing all the fleas. "A different person, a braver person," I mumbled to myself as the camp bus turned onto my block. "I'm going to be a different, braver person." The bus pulled up to the curb. As the door swung open, I remembered my nightmare. I held my breath until I could get a look at the bus driver. He was a young guy wearing jeans and a navy blue camp t-shirt with the words "Camp Full Moon" printed in yellow letters across the front. I studied his face. No bugs. I glanced up at his blonde hair. No bugs. I quickly checked out his hands. No bugs. I let out my breath. "Come on in," he smiled. He loaded my duffel bag onto the bus, and we took off. The bus was piled with kids. A few of them were reading, but most of them were laughing, joking around. A lot of them seemed to know each other already. I took a seat by myself at the back of the bus. I watched the other kids, wondering if any of them would be in my bunk, wondering if any of them would be my friends. "We're making our last pickup," the bus driver announced. "Then it's on to Camp Full Moon." Everyone on the bus cheered. The bus pulled to a stop. The doors opened and a kid about 12, my age, got on. He wore khaki shorts, a black t-shirt, and black Nikes with no socks. His brown hair stuck out of a black baseball cap, turned backwards. His face was covered with freckles, right up to his big green eyes. He was about my height, but he had muscles. He sat down next to me. "Hi, my name is Ari Davis," he said. I told him my name and we started talking. He was a great guy, really friendly, and a gymnast. That's why he had muscles. This was his first time at Camp Full Moon, too. can make a knock-knock joke out of any word, he said. Try me. Okay, I said, thinking. Make it a hard one, he told me. I'm really good at that. I looked out the window as we drove by a firehouse. Okay, I said. Fire engine. Easy one, he smiled. Knock, knock. Who's there? I asked. Fire engine. Fire engine who? Fire engine 1 and get ready to blast off. That is a good one. Ari laughed. Try another. Ari, I said. Use your name. He thought for a moment. Then he snapped his fingers. Got it. He said, knock, knock. Who's there? I asked. Ari. Ari who? Are you there yet? His knock-knock jokes were kind of lame, but I laughed anyway. We had such a good time telling them. Do you like to play practical jokes? He took off his baseball cap and tossed it up to the storage rack above us. I've never really played one, I admitted. Never? He raised his eyebrows in disbelief. I play them all the time. I pulled off a really great one on the last day of school, he said. What was it? I took the hinges off the art supply closet. When the teacher pulled on the doorknob, the door fell on top of him. I laughed. Did you get into trouble? Not for that one, he smiled, but I got into trouble once for gluing my teacher's desk drawer shut. I glanced out the window. The bus was leaving the city. We were on our way to Camp Full Moon. I didn't have much time to worry about camp, though. Ari told me about 1,000,000 practical jokes he had pulled. And before I knew it, 2 hours had passed. Hey, I've got a great idea, Ari said when we were almost there. Let's play a practical joke on the counselors. Like what? I asked. Let's switch identities. You be me and I'll be you. Let's see how long we can fool everyone. I don't know if that's such a good idea. My voice trailed off. Come on, it'll be fun. Ari gave my arm a friendly punch. Wait a minute. Maybe it is a great idea, I thought. Mom told me this was my chance to become a different, braver person. Maybe by pretending to be someone else, I could actually do it. Okay, I said. Let's switch. I gave Ari my backpack and he gave me his. We agreed to switch duffel bags too. The driver drove up a grassy, tree-covered hill and stopped. Here we are, the bus driver announced. Last stop, Camp Full Moon. Everybody off. Ari gave me his baseball cap as we left the bus. I put it on the same way he wore it, backwards. I'm Ari now, I reminded myself as I climbed down the steps. I'm Ari. But can I really be a whole new person? End of chapter 2. See you next time for chapter 3.